Hi, today I'm going to make a walnut like a tea light holder, but you can use this this method with a lot of different things, bowls, boxes, all sorts of stuff, and you could really have a lot of fun with it. But I did need to say something on the last video I did with the threading jig. I forgot to mention it when I was doing the video, and I'll put a little annotation up on it too. This is called a drawbar right here, and all this is a bolt. I cut it off. The threads weren't quite long enough for what I use it for, so I just turned that little disc there. You don't need it. You put a washer on there or something and pull it. Whenever I'm using my cullet chuck or a drill chuck, I slide this through the headstock, screw it in there so it pulls it into the headstock tight and won't come out, because when this thing's spinning, you don't want it to come loose and start flopping around. So it's called a drawbar, and all it is a bolt. Just go to the hardware store if you're using either one of these for the headstock, and run this through your headstock and tighten it in there so it doesn't come loose. But I just wanted to, I forgot all about it when I was doing the video, so just wanted to get that out there. But let's go ahead and get started. I got some cool little beads. They're brass or copper, so I want to show you that. All right, so here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the beads here, and I'll show you those in just a second, but I'm just going to use copper wire to weave them through the wood here, and I just made a little design, just curl it around. I'll just kind of show you that real quick. All I did was take a pair of needle nose pliers in and then twist it around and just kind of work it until I got about that far, and then I just did it by hand. It bends really easy, and that way you can just kind of judge how far apart you want it to, and just kind of keep going around like that, and that's all there is to it. All right, and here are the beads I got. They're just little cut copper beads, and they put a clear coat over them so you can, to keep this from tarnishing and turning gray or green, you can just put a quick clear coat over it too. But it shouldn't have too much of a problem. It's not like jewelry or something you'd be wearing it, or if it's gonna be outside, it goes pretty quick too, so just put a clear coat over it. So I'm just gonna make this next one here, and then we'll get started turning. Okay, change of plans here. I found some walnut that I like better, and I couldn't find maple that I wanted to go with that. So I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna set the calipers and countersink it in here just a little bit and go with that. So I'm just gonna figure out where it's at. That's pretty close. All right, so that's really close. Okay, so I'm gonna actually make it a little bit tight. I think it's going to be easier to put together, even if I have to hand sand the inside a little bit, but because it's not true, so I'm gonna just go with the smallest part and then correct it later. But just come in here. Rattling. Stay away from that screw. See how that looks. Okay, I think that's gonna be good. All right, and I actually want that to be flat across there where it's gonna where they're going to sit. I want that flat so they hook together. I'll sand it and then spin it around and just use the same hole, spin around, and you can finish the bottom. That's what I'm going to do with the rest of them too. Okay, so I just pulled it off of there. I'm going to go ahead and spin it around and clean up the back side of it. And you don't have to worry because it's going inside the chuck there, whether there's a nub or you need to clean that up or not. It's not a big deal. All right. Close there. All right, there we go. Nice snug fit, and we'll move on to the next rings. I just use this screw chuck, but you could use hot glue or whatever, or jam chuck to get it to where you don't have that hole in the bottom. I was just trying to speed up the process here. So, but that is the way I'm going to make the rest of the rings, is with the... All right, I just screwed this one on. I'm going to go ahead and true it up. Couple little flat spots there. All right, there we go. Okay, I'm just going to come in with the parting tool here and part it in half. Actually, just go in little ways and then shape both of them and then cut them off though. Then just use the bowl gouge to round them over. flat. All right, and then I'm just going to sand up this side and then part it off and then put it back in the chuck, at the expansion chuck, to do the other side. Okay, have it all sanded up, and I'm just going to come in with the parting tool and break it loose. All right, so I have this side done, and I'm just going to put it in my chuck. It actually fits on the outer side of the jaws here just about perfectly. So I'm just going to expand it. You don't have to put a lot of pressure on it. I'm just sanding it, so that's all I'm going to do. Turn the lathe speed down and sand it. All right, change of plans again. I went ahead and just put it together to kind of see where it was going to lay out, because I didn't measure anything like normally. So it actually came out, you see that, just perfect. So I'm just going to eliminate the base and put and do the rings. Kind of see that. So I'm just going to unstack it now and drill a hole all the way down through. All right, just put them back on here to get them lined up, and I'm going to drill the holes in it now. Come right in about the center, go here, and right there. I need to pull a couple of these off. Good. Okay, and then on the bottom one, I think that's the bottom one, I'm going to countersink that just a little bit so I can fold the wire over it, and so it'll still sit flat. There we go. You can see that. So I can just, when I bring the wire down, I can fold it over and it'll pull everything tight and still sit on the flat. Okay, so I'm going to assemble it, and I need to do it upside down, so then I can just slide everything on. So that's my bottom one. Now I'm just going to take my beads here, drop them on. All right, so this one's just a simple one. It's just straight up and down. But if you wanted to do a different shape, like a bowl shape, you can't use the wire really unless you're using like a wooden, your own wooden beads or something where you can drill them at an angle. So if you still want to use something like this or beads or rocks, you need to do them individually and just take probably just a little wooden dowel would work perfect, and just do each, you know, 2 rings together and then your piece. So you could off center the next one. And you can do these any size you want to. So you could actually, you know, bring it over like that, and then the next one, you know, come over even further, or whatever shape you want. But you can do a bowl or anything. That bead store that I went to had everything from drilled rocks to hand carved wooden beads and all sorts of stuff. Lots of cool things. All right, I'm just gonna slide the rest of this thing together. If I can find the hole. All right, I'm just putting the last one on, and something to keep in mind, I turned the discs when I was setting them off to the side. They all have to be lined right back up where you drilled the hole, so all those have to be the ones in front or wherever. So I had to turn every single one of them around to try and figure out how they went. And then cut them off and bend them over. Make sure they're all even. Those off. Make sure it goes on there before I lock them down. There we go. Pull all those tight again and bend them over. All right, now what I did was just snip them off and curl them over so that they hold some tension on it. But they're down far enough to where they won't hit. Just gonna wiggle it in there. There we go. All right, there we go. Kind of see that. I'll take some pictures of it and put them up with a candle in it. But like I was saying before, you can do this. This is just a straight one, but you could make a bowl, make it round, whatever you want. You just need to do the beads individually because the wire coming through would try and pull it off to the side or not have them straight like that. But you could even turn discs, turn a box, and then just glue the discs on the outside and do something like that. A lot of different things. So I think that'll be fun. Maybe I'll make a bowl or something, or a box, and kind of show you how to do them individually maybe soon. But I think that's it. I was trying to clear up any questions, but thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.